Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Sarver too, because like even on the episode, I almost forgot we were going to talk about Buddy. Like I was going to bring him up, but then like 5 minutes ago, I was like, oh snap, we are talking about Sarver later on. Like it's because this just usurped the Sarver thing. Like it's crazy to me. Is there anything that you wish the NBA had done differently on the Sarver case? Because like it seemed like initially it was just like too light. Like now he's saying, oh, I'm looking at steps to sell the team. But do you wish that the NBA, I guess, had done something a little more stern, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, if there's no room for it in your league, what? So you're gonna suspend them for a year and then let them back into your league? I'm confused. I mean, seriously, if the statement is there's no room for this in our league, from owners, coaching staff, GMs, players, period. But you're gonna let them back in, so there is room for it. But you just gotta go sit in timeout for a little bit.
Yeah,
and also he's the owner. He ain't gonna miss no checks. That $5 million fine? Are we serious? He's not missing any checks
at all. He might even be able to make something as a write-off for real. Like it's crazy. I looked at it and I was listening to Stephen A. and like, I was watching First Take and some other story and some other shows and stuff like that. And it does kind of give you the vibe that, well, they did this for the other owners. Because this one, I'm certain, knows a lot more just like him. I know it for a fact. I don't know it, obviously, but in my heart of hearts,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Our commissioner, I felt like the NBA's commissioner was that guy. It felt like that he was really gonna be the guy to really, all right. But it's just another situation where they're not really for us for real. I mean, because let Buddy sing. What? That should be again though, Trey. Is there room for it in your organization or not?
I'm not mad at him. Let it all hang out. Like,
yes.
What's the issue? What's the issue? Like,
and I like that he did that. He said, "Oh, y'all want to put me out? All right,
I got you."
Bet. I like that. I like that. I like that. I'm not mad at him. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at him. Take him down with you. I want y'all all. It would make me feel better on tuning in and spending and getting so they can get their advertisement money off of me. It would make me feel better about it if I knew that he was taking people with him. I'd appreciate him for that. I'd have seen a postcard. Thank you for taking out him, and especially if they was against, especially, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Especially if they was against, rivalry teams I might need to shake up a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, take them all with you. I'm just saying.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Like even in the NFL, you hear like, "Oh, we don't want what's said out." Well, I mean, why say it then? If you know this is what's going to be done, like the era we live in. Like I have friends who like will say stuff that like what makes like a gay reference or something like that. And I'm like, bro, if you're around the LGBTQ community, like they're about to go in on that ass right now. Like that's not like you know what you're saying. You know the climate we're in. So why do it? Like that. Like that's like me going to say, "Oh, you're an F word." Like, it's not really appropriate. Yeah. Like you got to remove it out of your.
And you know what's so crazy about it? Not even trying to compare the Ime and Sarver situation, right? But when you think about what a punishment is supposed to do, it's supposed to discipline the person, but it's also supposed to act as the deterrent for other people.
Yep.
And so, Clippers owner loses his team because they got caught on video. There's no room for it in the league. Fast forward, 1 year suspension because you didn't catch him on camera. Got him. Oh, we're going to get him with this one. But let me ask you this though, because
with the Donald Sterling case, like we said, you know, there was video for this, right? If there is no, I guess, quote unquote evidence, you know what I'm saying? If they're saying there's none, like you and I don't necessarily know. Like we probably know there's evidence, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything tangible. So then, is it unfair for us to be like, all right, I guess we have to? Is it unfair for us to say you have to be gone for like ever? Like, is it like the life ban?
Let me tell you why. Yes, and it's gonna be kind of going back to what we just talked about. He threatened to take people down with him. What else do you need? I mean, it's not a if he did or if he didn't. It's a he know he's done it because he know who else doing it. That's it. I mean,
well, but you don't. That doesn't to me. That doesn't necessarily say you did it. Reason why. You can be blamed for something. You know somebody else did something, and they already got enough evidence pointed at you. Like, I don't know how he says, oh, I didn't do what I'm being accused of. Like, right now, it's looking a little rough.
I mean, I heard like interviews on interviews on interviews. And I'm just like, I mean, it's not like a settlement case. It's we are interviewing your organization.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna get to the bottom of it. I know they know all the facts.
And then my whole thing is too, how do I feel comfortable as somebody who was put in those interviews that y'all are just gonna bring the guy who I accused of doing this back in a year? So are you really protecting me? If I mean, again, right, purely based on speculation, but if it was true, that's what I'm saying. As a corporation, you're supposed to protect yourself. Now, when you're the owner, it's just like, oh.
In an organization, your best asset is your personnel. Like, you gotta watch out for your people. So, I mean, I thought it was unfair that they wanted to suspend him for only a year. I thought the lifetime. I thought the ban was appropriate. Me personally, like, you got to have a standard in place, like we did with the Celtics. Okay, there's a quote rule that says you can't do this. Okay, well, can we make this a rule then? Like, as an owner, can we put some onus on the owners? Like, let's start holding them accountable now. Like, it's about that time. Like, let's say an NBA player was found out saying something like this. You know, like, I'm pretty confident they'd be gone. Get blasted. Like Myers Leonard, blasted.
Ain't been back in the league yet, and ain't coming back.
He could potentially. We don't know. Maybe he'll get a second chance. But he ain't sniffed the NBA court unless he bought it for himself ticket wise. Like, that's the only way Buddy gets. So I do want some more accountability for the owners. I think that'll get them in shape a little bit better, and I think that'll make a better organization for the NBA. Because you start weeding out this stuff now, it can only improve.
And if we can be honest and just be completely honest, you're never gonna get to the root of it. It's sewn into society. That's just kind of the people up there. That 3%, that 1%, that 2%.
Yeah,
that's probably 95% of them. I mean,
they live in a different world. They do.
It's just the truth. It's just the truth. So until basketball players' contracts are equaling $1 billion in them guys, because it's trending there. Until them guys can really get their shares together and start buying the league back, that's the only hope there is for that, in my opinion, is that the players make enough money to buy the league. That's it. You ain't gonna get to the root of it.
That would be interesting.
This is the only thing that you could do.
Okay. Well,